4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Fire here, back in another video, and today I'm be showing you guys some unique passes that absolutely torch coverage. Now, these are going to come to us out of the strong close, one of the most underrated and best passing formation this year in Madden 20. Now, strong close, something you're going to want to do out of the formation is flick your packages to the right once. Twin halfback, that's going to give you a running back at fullback, going to give you more speed, and you're going to be putting this player on some routes. I know that for the runs he's worse, but for the passes you definitely want more speed on your field rather than a fullback. Now, for the plays I'm going to show you guys, you kind of want your faster player right here, and then your better route runner right here with Julio. It really depends on the play you're going to be running. I have two great plays that get open. Then I have a couple of other dots I'm going to go over later in the video. Starting out, I'm going to go over this wide trail. It's sort of a one-play touchdown. A lot of times it does get open for a touchdown, but let's just go ahead, come out in that play. Formation it's going to be is stock cover 2, Tampa 2. Now, right off the bat, you guys see me, I double team that D end. Then what I'm going to do is just put RB on a wheel route and B on a streak. Now, you actually don't have to put B on a streak, but he's just going to get a little bit more open. Now, for the basic setup, what you're going to do, this is without the one-play touchdown. You're just going to motion Jones over, snap the ball. You have a slant to this little A route combo. You could really hit either one. I just chucked that into a mid-read. Forgot that he was on the field, but that's basically the way that you run it if you're not going for the one-play TD. In our case, we are going for that one-play touchdown, so what I'm going to do is just double team that D end on the left, put RB on a wheel route, and then I'm going to motion Jones over to the left side and motion snap him right about there. Now, want you to watch X here. He's going to get right over the top of that coverage, pass lead. Now, in this case, we don't have enough space. Calvin Ridley just blatantly dropped our pass right there, but you guys see there's so much space. Even if you have a 99 speed safety, they're not going to be able to make a play on that ball. And overall, it's a great cover 2 beater. That little weird, it's sort of a corner route. I refer to it as a fade route, but you could really go either way. But again, I'm just wheeling RB. If he does use that, you still have this Texas route with A, or you could maybe roll out to the right, hit RB. There's still a lot of things you can do, but a lot of people don't even have that much time because they're not expecting this guy to be on like a corner route. Usually this player's on a crosser or maybe a hitch, something. But again, this is the setup. I'm motioning Jones over to the left side, motion hiking him right when he passes that left tackle, and then I'm rolling out, throwing it to X. I'm going to swerve catch. We get a god-awful animation right there, but you guys see he is open. Now, it's better when he actually does get bumped, because when he gets bumped, he gets to the outside a little bit better. But again, same setup. I'll show you guys it again here. Well, I'm not putting Julio on a streak. This is just the slant setup, and you guys will be able to tell that X isn't going to get as open, but it still is usable like that. You still have the option to throw that ball. It's just a little bit closer because you obviously don't have your clear out with that streak route. I'll show it a couple more times here. Again, just RB on a wheel. You could honestly max protect if they were running like send 7, cover 2 type of play. Boom, you guys see X wide open, and sometimes you'll be able to cut that upfield. In our case, I just don't really have that much space, so I'll take my 40-yard gain. I'll show you guys one last time. RB on a wheel, boom, snap the ball. Let's say he uses that. A's wide open. You could easily fit that in right there. Obviously, depending if they're using that or not. But that's pretty much going to do it for our first setup. I have another setup here that's going to be cover 2. It's going to come to us out of the PA deep cross. Now, this should already be in the audibles. This is a great play stock. You have the crosser, the deep post, and we're going to do a lot of things with this play. So starting out, just the base cover 2 beater. All you're going to do is just put X on a streak, block Y, and then double team this player. That's all you really have to do. And then you're going to motion him over. But what I like to do to sort of bait the user, you could just go ahead, put A on a drag, and then I like to put Y on a wheel route. So this is my setup. Last thing I'm doing is going to motion Julio over, and again, I'm going to motion snap him right about in the same exact spot. Notice how I'm sort of disguising the play, but boom, you guys see Julio's open. We didn't get hit as we threw, which is why that was such a duck from Matt Ryan. So you could even go with that chop block out of a max protect. I'll go ahead, try that this time. Just X on a streak, I'll put Y on a drag, and to get that chop block out of this formation, I'm going to slide to the right, double team this D tackle on the left, and then ID the DN. I'm going to motion Jones over to the left again, and then I'm going to click onto the running back, snap the ball, and I sort of flick my right stick that way. We do get that shot block, and you guys see Julio's wide open, swerve catch, and make that possession catch on the sideline. That was actually super close to being a sack. Watch that absolutely godly pocket right there. But once again, just Y on a wheel. You could put an A on a delay fade as well, something like this. And then a lot of times he'll maybe go user Y. Maybe he does user Jones on the corner. And then you could catch him sleeping with that delay fade. Delay fades out of single back formations. Very good, very underrated. So I definitely recommend you guys utilize that. But this one, even more than the other setup, does seem to get a little bit more open. It's just the fact that I found that it has a bigger chance of being usered simply because the player you are motioning is the player that you are throwing to. While in our first setup, the player you were motioning was just a decoy and he was just the streak. But again, I could just put A on a drag in case he does user it. You could go ahead, dump that down to Austin Hooper, motion him out, and snap the ball. Boom, Julio's wide open, and you can throw this one a little bit early to where you have enough space to potentially rat catch that, cut it upfield if you have a fast enough wide receiver like I just did right there. So I'll just go ahead and show you guys one last time here, and then we'll head into a couple of other dots that I do have. So let's just come out, max protect setup, motioning Julio over, snap our football right about there, and boom, I could throw it right about there. No way the cloud flat's going to do it, especially with the drag route. The drag route is going to go ahead, pull down the cloud flat even more than it would without the drag, and that is just instant success. Now, while we're here, actually, I'm just going to go ahead change the defensive play because we don't want to go against a stock cover 2 every down. So I'm also going to go over this wide receiver out as well. So let's just come out in that, and let's go. I kind of want to audible, but unfortunately we can't. I want to go over cover 2 quickly, and then we'll head into a cover 3. So out of this wide receiver out, the player I want to key in on is going to be Austin Hooper on this post route. Now, I personally kind of like to respot the ball to the short side. That's my preference. You could really run it from the wide side. I'll show you guys it from both sides of the field. Now, it's going to be a very simple setup. What I'm going to do is just block Y. He's on that check and release hook that is very useless in this game. So I'm just going to block Y, put X on a hitch route, and then RB on a wheel. Now the reason that I'm putting X on a hitch is simply to pull down the cloud flat. You guys will see that. So watch A, watch X. He's going to pull the cloud flat. I'm going to throw it right over the top of him, and he's going to be wide open. Now sometimes on the wide side of the field, it seems like he does get a little bit over the top. I'll show you guys that again real quick. But even on the short side, it does seem like he could potentially get jumped. I'll show you guys on the wide side, but this is just the setup. Again, I'm putting these running backs on a lot of wheel routes that you could potentially just dump it down earlier in the play, but boom, A is wide open, dump that down. Now, on the wide side, it seems like the cloud flat's able to sort of recover. That's why I kind of like to run it in the middle hash or even closer to the short side. I have a little bit more success rather than just completely on the wide side of the field. Now, if you wait long enough, you could obviously throw that and possession catch it on the sidelines. I like to throw it a little bit earlier because we don't want the cloud flat to really react. And then anyways, going against the other routes, you have this wheel to drag combo. I could easily hit this wheel right about here, pick up a 5-6 yard gain, just checking it down. And especially against cover 2, these wheel routes are going to put in a lot of work. I could just come out here, snap the ball. Curl flat's not really going to be open. The wheel route actually does get open late. You guys see I'm able to hit that. Fortunately, trash running back drops the ball, but let's head into like a cover 3. Also against man coverage, that little post route will absolutely kill it. You don't have to worry about anything about that. Also, I recommend putting like post flag, post corner elite, post flag elite is my favorite on that player. Your tight end, he's going to be a key part in this formation. Everybody that runs strong close, even in salary cap, is using an elite level tight end. Here's the play against cover 3. You guys see it absolutely torches cover 3. Way better than cover 2 because the only player there in contention is going to be the outside third, and obviously he's not going to come down and play the underneath post combination. So Again, here's that. Now I'll show you guys hitting the post. You could dump it down to the wheel like you see right there, and I'm still able to pick up 6-7 yards on the simple dot. But very simple. If you want, you can keep that table route, and you could actually sort of dump it down and then swerve catch up the field like I just did right there. That sort of takes a little bit of practice, but if you want to get even glitchier with that table route, you can motion him over to the right side and then hit him. If you motion a receiver out, though, it sort of gives away that you're passing the ball. But you guys see, I sort of swerve catch him up the field. That's just another tip out of the play. And then if you have enough slot apprentices, you could go ahead, route combo your way to victory. But this is a thing I do a lot. I just go ahead, snap the ball, swerve catch, and you don't even necessarily have to swerve. You can still pick up a decent gain of yardage. Make sure you don't catch your opponent maybe in a cloud flat, hard flat situation to where they will 100% jump these little flat combos. You have to be very careful of that. But boom, I'm swerve catching up the field, and I'm able to pick up 15 yards very simply. In Ultimate Team, you get these crazy running backs. That should not be an issue. And again, you could obviously just keep him on this wheel route. If you motion him out, unfortunately, he does go on the streak. So you could even just put him on like a zig, something like this. You could really just mix up your routes. That zig's going to get wide open, and you can pick up a decent gain of yardage. So show you one last time that little post route. Obviously, if the post is covered, the hitch is more than likely open. If nothing else is open, a lot of times, then that people like to use that right side to the tight end side, and you can catch your curl route open late in the play. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed these 3 dots, then make sure you smack a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Fireman 20 content in the future. Make sure you subscribe if you are new in the channel. Trying to hit 6K here. And yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitter, link in the description. Peace. I'm out of here.